Kabbu and Dr. HB wake up as Miss K clock alarm goes off, startling them as they quickly look around SNAKEMOUTH Den. Miss K, also known as Killer, apologizes and explains what the sound was. Once fully awake, the green beetle Kabbu asks how the old bee feels now, looking somewhat calm. Dr. HB looks at her foot and checks it by moving one part at a time. Better, less sore, but what I wouldn't do for a cup of coffee right now, she mutters. Miss K thinks that Kabbu should still carry HB. Hearing the robot's voice, the bee names turn and notice Miss K is still being held in Leif's arms. Kabbu jumps in fright, thinking the ice moth has died in his sleep. Dr. HB leans in, wanting to look at Leif inside now. But she gets snapped at by the red-eye robot, who has to tell them, the ice moth is only sleeping, guys. Then blue-eye Miss K feels that Leif is out of place, just like she is, but she keeps that connection a secret. She promised to let him rest, unless the bugs are going to cook some food. That is exactly what Kabbu does, having to restart the fire. When HB is done yawning, she questions Miss K about what she found out regarding Leif. Miss K processes whether to share her secret conversation or not, then her eye flashes as she says, "Access denied." This makes the doctor's smile fall, and her glasses start to shine. The old bee tries to pull rank, but Killer points out that the AI wasn't created by the doctor. This gets Kabbu's attention, and he asks who the robot girl's maker is anyway. Miss K's eye flickers purple as she scans the walls, recognizing the roach tech in the architecture, before turning red. She looks away, saying it was the same kind of bugs who made this ruin. Before anything more can be asked, Leif wakes up from the smell of the meal. Miss K suddenly panics and her eye turns blue as she starts to stutter, trying to explain she was just about to wake the ice moth. Leif cuts her off, adjusting his glasses and saying it was a nice way to wake up. The boys start to eat while Killer scouts around the location. Kabbu eats slowly, but the ice moth is shoveling everything in. HB, the only one who has a fork, is just playing with her food. Noticing this, they ask what the problem is. The doctor says she isn't hungry while putting up her fork. Leif offers to take the food off her hands, but Kabbu yells out a no. He insists she needs to eat. HB snaps that she will eat when she is ready. Leif raises an eyebrow and asks, "And when will that be exactly?" "When I want to, that's when," she rudely replies. Miss K flies back into "Yeah, like in a couple of days." Before Dr. HB can get mad, Killer flies away again. Kabbu tries to get her to eat, while Leif just sighs, thinking he really doesn't know what to think about HB anymore. When finished, the ice moth uses his ice magic to turn water into an ice cube stepping stool to get higher up. They, names lag behind. Dr. HB hates walking on ice, clutching Kabbu horn tightly as she thinks Leif is trying to end her 4 more moons of life. Kabbu tries to help by going very slowly. Miss K complains about the slow pace, just like she did in Chapter 2. When they reach the top, the room is gigantic with a door similar to the one in Chapter 3. The old bee is put down so the boys can think about which way to go. Leif picks a direction, but HB says they have to go both ways. She explains that there is no other puzzle here and she has seen this layout before. Miss K offers to take the right path alone. The boys worry since Kabbu can't fight with HB on his back, but Killer retorts, "Whoever said I'd be going with someone? The boys will only slow me down." Bye. The robot girl quickly leaves before anyone can say a word.